What is going on, everybody? Welcome. If this is your first time, your 120th time, or anywhere in between, to another episode of Tuesdays of Sports News. Slightly different start to it. Jalen's going to be coming a little bit later, but as always, my name is Garrett. We got a couple different co-hosts with me today. We got CeeLou, we got Travis Holmes, and we got Mike Patton. And if you haven't been paying attention, we are going to break down what the AFC South should look like going into the new NFL season. So, guys, introduce yourselves. Lou, we'll start with you and work our way around the circle.
What's up? I'm CeeLou. You can find me on Twitter at DropBallsPod. I'm the resident Colts fan. So we're gonna have a lot of good conversation today, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'm one third of Sports After Dark. Well, I guess it's really like 1/5 because yeah, but yeah, Sports After Dark. But yeah, you can find us on a space near you, especially since football season is getting started. But yeah, that's about it.
Travis?
Yeah, I'm Travis Holmes. I'm a writer, Jaguars beat writer for BigCatCountry.com, the co-host of the Duval Dive with Kyle, the student of the game, Nash, who also writes for Fans First Sports Network. Overall, I mean, those are my big ticket items. Some former UCF cornerbacks, so you see the jersey back there, and I'm always here to talk trash about any of these AFC South trash teams. You know,
there we go. All right, Mike. Last but not least.
Oh boy, man! If I could only break out my big orange jersey that I had for UT Martin. But let's see. First, I'm Mike Patton. I am, of course, host and producer of Touring the AFC South, where I talk about all the teams. And of course, I also write on all these teams. We'll be writing on all these teams pretty soon. Maybe I'll have an announcement for some people, maybe in a week. But
okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So I'm be doing a few writing and a few talking, little, I guess, things about the AFC South. You can find me on all listening platforms, of course, Touring the AFC South, and on YouTube at the Mike Patton Network.
There we go. And you can find us at TDSN Pod on Twitter or X, whatever you feel like calling it. We're on TikTok. We need to get active on that again. And if you're watching us live, like the other tens of people, we're on YouTube at TDSN Pod and all kinds of network and stuff like that. We're going to go from there. So let's get right into it. So preseason's already happened. We're going to get to that a little bit later, but we'll kind of go around the circle. We'll start with biggest offseason acquisition. So we'll be nice. We'll start with the Colts. I'd be remiss if I didn't put this up. This is why you watch live, anybody who's listening audio-wise.
It looks like he's going swimming.
Yeah, I mean, he's laying out for it, man. I mean, I give him credit. To be fair, that I wouldn't be doing much better to give him some credit. So,
man, he should have been back in his zone. This would have never happened. But that's another story.
He got cut that same weekend.
Yep.
One of the few bright spots we had last season outside of Doug getting fired. But let's get right into it, man. I'll go and be nice and take that down. Lou, what is the biggest acquisition you think the Colts have this season?
So the biggest acquisition actually got to be the two DBs that we signed this offseason in Cam Bynum and Travarius Ward. Those were the biggest acquisitions we had this offseason, and it upgraded a much needed DB room. As far as safety, we let Julian Blackman walk, and I feel like Cam Bynum's an upgrade there. And then, of course, with everything that went on last year with our DBs, with Jalen Jones, Juju Brents constantly being hurt, Sam Womack playing on the opposite side of Jalen Jones last year. You saw Dallas Flowers. You saw him laying out for it. So that was a big upgrade in the cornerback room as well, which looks like we probably gonna have to upgrade again because people keep dropping like flies. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's preseason. It's kind of this is the time we get to figure all this out. I mean, to me. You don't. So what about Daniel Jones coming in there? I've been seeing a lot of Colts Twitter talking about who would they rather start.
That is not the biggest upgrade this offseason, man. Listen, we know what Daniel Jones is, man. We've seen 6 years of Daniel Jones, and I get it. Like the Giants team wasn't that great, and then the year they went to the playoffs, and he had a really good playoff game and everything. But we've seen Daniel Jones for 6 years, and I get it. Like. You have all these other reclamation projects like Geno Smith and Sam Darnold and all that, but Daniel ain't them.
Daniel's not.
Daniel's not them. I get why they brought him in though. Like I understand the reasoning to bring him in, but like I said, the biggest acquisition was our DB room. It was not the quarterback room.
I got you. Travis, Mike, any questions, comments?
I mean, I honestly, I had an argument that I thought he might have been the biggest acquisition, Daniel Jones, because if he's better than AR-15, then he's the biggest acquisition because quarterbacks matter more than anything. I don't know. Yeah, AR can hit a slant. That's what kills me, bro.
Nah, that's not true because AR can hit the slants. Now I get what we saw last year, but I'm telling you, he's been improved, especially like. And I know we'll get to it, but the preseason game, his biggest issues was the outbreaking routes, was the routes outside of the numbers. That's been his biggest issue over his career. And seeing him hit some of those last weekend or this past weekend, he's improved a little bit. But with Daniel Jones is a slightly better Gardner Minshew. Like, let's not kid ourselves there, man. Like that's all Daniel Jones is.
I guess for me and you, I mean, you saw it, Lou, last season. Y'all made me defend AR of all.
Yeah.
But I grew up watching him. Like I grew up a Gators fan, so I watched him in his years at Florida, and I saw the flashes. And I said it, and I'll say it again. Of that quarterback class, I think while he may have had one of the lowest floors, if he can put the pieces together, he has one of the highest ceilings of any quarterback in that draft, just from a pure athletic standpoint. If he can put the smarts behind it, is what I'm saying. That's not to say he's dumb, but if he can focus on the little things, the fundamentals, and just the little tiny bits, because you can't teach that athleticism.
Yeah, so if he can focus on honing in his mechanics, which that was one of the big focal points this offseason for him, was working on his mechanics. Because even I guess him and his quarterback coach during the offseason, they watched back some of the film from last year and saw like he wasn't putting any touch on any of his passes or anything like that. And that was my biggest thing with AR having a full offseason, a healthy offseason, then you could really hone in on some of those things and hone in on the mechanics. Him going into last offseason with the shoulder surgery or with the shoulder injury, he wasn't really throwing like that until, pretty much camp was about to start. So going into this offseason fairly healthy, I mean, besides the back thing that was going on, which that didn't last long, but going into this offseason fairly healthy, he was able to concentrate on some of those mechanical issues that he had last year. And I mean, even watching him, like his base is a lot more solid. It is, like I said, it's the mental aspect. It's being able to put everything together, and that's where he has to work on and really, really owning the playbook and knowing the playbook. That's really what he has to focus on at this point now.
Okay, Mike,
he looks a little bit more trim. He looks a little bit more trim this year.
Yeah, he's more slender this year. He dropped down, I want to say 10 to 15 pounds.
Okay.
One thing also I'll say is that I'm kind of hurt this year. I can't use one of my nicknames I gave one of your players, man. I had Justin Uchiwali. That's what I was about to call him all year. I was about to call him Justin Uchiwali, but I can't say it now because he hurt. So, it is what it is. But, yeah, that kind of hurt me. That's one of the guys I actually had
hurt
said
me too.
Be a surprise guy. He was going to be a surprise guy for the Colts, and he ended up being a surprise, but he surprisingly got hurt too. So, but
it's not surprising if you know our history. None of our rookies can stay healthy. Like that's just part of the game.
Rookies can't.
Juju needs to go to the Wizard of Oz to find health, man. I mean, I don't know what to say about him, man. Jeez, but
hey, man,
can't stay healthy. Can't win in Jacksonville.
What's that?
I said can't stay healthy. Can't win in Jacksonville. Can't.
Oh boy. But I'll give the free agent pickup I did like the most was Cam Bynum though. But I will say y'all's celebration dances is gonna get upgraded to like a 10 at this point. He's coming out with every man. I'm looking. Look, I've never looked forward to watching Indianapolis Colts games more now. I just want to see what he come up with.
Another acquisition this offseason I think that was big. It's not a player, but it's Lou Anarumo.
Okay.
Yes.
He's an upgrade. He's an upgrade over Gus Bradley. Mike, you know how I felt when we got Gus Bradley. So
I tried to tell people
you don't want to keep him.
Hell no, I didn't want Gus Bradley in the first place.
Yeah, I said this all last year, and as soon as they fired Gus Bradley, I was like, damn. Like I said it on the podcast. I was like, that was a guarantee. That was just a guaranteed great game. Win or lose, you scoring 40. Like that's exactly he's playing. You know exactly what's happening.
That's how I felt at a Colts fan. I saw somebody pop up on Twitter today, and they're like, "Give me an honest argument. Which you prefer, AR or Daniel Jones?" I'm like, as a Jags fan, Daniel Jones, because I know what I'm getting. I'll face him 2 times a year, any day of the week. I'm in. Let's do it.
I'll never forget. I interviewed him actually for when he. I actually interviewed him the year he was drafted. It was in Nashville, really? And it was at Nissan Stadium, and that had to be the driest interview I'd ever done in my life.
You talking about Daniel Jones?
Yes,
he's just a goofy
there's like
dude.
No excitement, no nothing. He was just, and you know, da 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 da. And he's like looking off in the distance, like he's taking like a senior picture or something. You know, you look off in the distance, and you're like looking off, and you're trying to look us. Yeah, that's the way he was doing in the entire.
That's the rap album photo. Yeah, no, that's that rap album photo when you're looking out like this, you're just looking away from the screen.
Or like the old school Christian album where they're all looking in different directions.
I mean, I don't know about the old school Christian stuff, but you know, I'm close to dying these days, so now I'm starting to get into that Christian stuff. You know.
Oh my god, I hear that. Well, let's get right to the Jags, man. So we as collectively, I guess we'll kind of jump into the Texans together. So let's talk some Jags. I won't put the BTJ picture back up because we already know what that looks like. Travis, what do you think our biggest offseason acquisition is?
I mean, it's got to be Travis Hunter. Like, I don't even think that's even much of a question. I mean, when you have one guy that, when you have one guy that can play cornerback and receiver, saving you a roster spot, and probably being, if not your best cornerback, one of your top 2 cornerbacks on your team, probably being your top 2 receiver. Oh, this is an interesting one. I made the argument to somebody the other day that Travis Hunter would probably be the best wide receiver by the middle of this season. Not the second best wide receiver on this team, the best wide receiver on this team, to someone else in the media. And I'm like, well, no. Just pull it back for a second. Just pull back from the emotions and just think about this logically. If you had the 2024, draft, and you have the 2025 draft, and you just compare Travis Hunter, the prospect, versus BTJ, the prospect, which one would have been drafted higher? And I don't think it's much of an argument to say Travis Hunter would have been drafted higher just as a receiver over BTJ. So all I'm saying is, with the better coaching staff, with the better situation surrounding him and surrounding Trevor Lawrence, I can see a scenario where Travis Hunter by the middle of the season has gotten a little acclimated, and it's like, oh, maybe BTJ isn't just like the guy. Maybe BTJ is T. Higgins and and Travis Hunter's and Travis Hunter's Jamar. I'm just throwing out options.
I could hope.
I do think Travis Hunter is your biggest acquisition, but as far as like who was the better prospect at wide receiver, I'm taking BTJ over Travis Hunter. If you talking about who's the better prospect
without hindsight, without hindsight, legitimately.
Without hindsight, I'm taking BTJ. Yeah, like without hindsight,
if BTJ in 2024,
if they were coming out at the same time, I'm taking BTJ over Travis Hunter. But the thing I will say is if it was like Travis Hunter the prospect as far as like him playing both sides of the ball,
everything,
then Travis Hunter. But if it's just as a wide receiver, BTJ over Travis Hunter.
That's kind of where I was going to be at with it too. If we're going, because my biggest issue with BTJ going into the season was the route tree usage, and that was his rookie season. Was that scheme versus need? And I was critical of him, and I've already. If it's one thing I do, and Lou, I know you can talk to it. I will own it. I will stand by what I said. I was critical because I was nervous.
Yeah,
but so was I. When you break it down, because Balky doesn't draft anybody well. Outside.
Trust me, I know.
I think that might be our biggest acquisition too, was a new GM and just front office.
Easily.
Which because Balky would not have made this move. Balky would have taken Mason Graham, and we could see how that's panning out in Cleveland.
Yeah, he would have traded down.
It's bad.
Man,
but for me, like
just unnecessary shots to
at Cleveland. Any day at Cleveland. Cleveland can get it any day.
I talked to 2 guys in Cleveland, and they take shots at themselves. They are not happy either, so it's okay. They deserve it.
Let's put it this way:
I just was in Cleveland last week, man.
Only one football team had the river caught fire, and it wasn't any of ours.
Jeez. So yeah, dude, I'm definitely going with Travis Hunter as the guy as far as the biggest acquisition, because I mean, you're talking about a guy who's given Jacksonville all the eyes. Like him, hate him, love him, whatever, wherever you stand on the, how you feel about Duval. You got to admit, like, the Travis Hunter's brought eyes like this dude's a quarterback, and
How do you feel
to Jacksonville?
How do you feel about them potentially doxing a bunch of players during right before OTAs? Do you remember that?
That was a bad person, one bad person at one news station. It was dumb. It was just dumb, and everybody was pissed off at him. I'm talking players. I'm talking like in locker room. I'm talking to other people in the media. Everyone was pissed because it became everyone getting scrutiny. Not just that person, not just that organization, but
it was everybody.
Yeah, everyone had kind of got a little heat for that, and it was
we won't name them, but Lou, Mike, do you guys know what we're talking about?
Nah.
A news station that won't be named, because I don't want to hurt anybody's job or anything like that. I'll be political here. A news station that won't be named put out an article talking about where Travis Hunter bought his house.
Oh.
And then said that there are other players in this neighborhood, and even Josh Allen was like, "This isn't okay." Sorry, Josh Hines Allen. It was like, "This isn't okay. Like, you can't do that. Like, these people got families and kids and people who don't need to be in the limelight. Like, you can't be doing that."
Yeah,
because now it's just dangerous.
Everything?
Not address. They just said neighborhood,
Just
but they
the
showed a
neighborhood.
picture of what the house was supposed to look like,
and said this is where like most of the players live or whatever else, or something along those lines. And
and I mean,
you don't need to be doing that.
It's real easy to find a neighborhood out there.
You don't need to.
He on the north side He on the north side. He's still. I hope he don't stay on the north side.
Well, it was to a point where even when Hunter was asked about it the next day, which also we were told not to ask about it, but someone asked about it. They said beforehand, don't ask about this. Like, do not ask about this. And then they asked him about this, and he just shut down. And he was like, I haven't been on it. I haven't looked for any houses. Which we were like, all right. I mean, we put that man in an uncomfortable position because asking questions that we knew he didn't want to answer, and that man's serious about his family, and I understand it. I respect it. Like, no,
you got to.
Well, yeah. It was
Lou, Mike, any questions about the Jags?
Nah, no questions about the Jags. But
I'll say this. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, not well. So I will say this because I didn't know we were adding like draft picks into this.
Okay.
But Tyler Warren would have to be our biggest acquisition. I don't care who's playing quarterback. Tyler Warren's our biggest acquisition.
It's a good safety net.
Yeah.
That's
but I didn't have any questions about the Jaguars though.
I got you.
Questions.
Mike, what you got?
I did. I'd have one. I didn't have a question, but I was gonna say, if you take the draft picks out of it, I would throw Jordan Lewis's name in there because it was a little suspect at cornerback last season.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very happy about Lewis.
Let's not get into Jordan Lewis right now because that's my underrated guy. Like that was a guy nobody's talking about. Don't ruin my show content.
I reached out to AB when I saw.
I know I talked about him.
Yeah, I reached out to AB when I heard that we got Jordan Lewis. I was like, be honest with me. Like, what do you think about this? And she was just like, take care of him.
Yeah,
that's all I asked. Just take care of him.
Dallas fans were pissed when he left. So that let me know everything I needed to know.
Then we had to take one of their backup offensive linemen to, I guess, even it out or something like that.
Hey man,
he looked good. He looked good.
I was just about to say he looked good, and Cohen likes him. They seem to like this dude right now. Like I don't know how this is going to end. He might be your surprise starting right guard. I don't know.
We'll see what happens. All right, Mike. We'll do Titans. Got to throw that one up there.
Dude.
Again, this is why if you're not watching live, you need to watch live.
How did I know something was coming? Hey, I've actually got I was watching that one live. I was actually in the media booth when that happened. So literally we're watching the game and we're all looking at each other like, did that really just happen? Literally, we're all looking at each other like, what just happened here?
It's crazy, Garrett. You didn't have no picture for the Jaguars. What's up with that?
Oh, I got you. Don't worry.
No. Not y'all doing something good.
Something bad is our record last year. I'll leave it at that. We had a top 5 pick this year. That I should have just put up our record last year. I should have put up our record last year. I was trying to find something that it was somewhat relevant. I see what I almost did to you, Lou, is I almost put up the special teams play, and you know the one I'm talking about. I almost put that one up there, but I want to be nice.
Please don't put that up there.
Wait. What is the special? Now I gotta ask. What is the special teams?
You don't remember like
It's
5-6
from like years.
When the punter lined up under center and all the offensive linemen.
That stupid mess. Oh
Yeah,
gosh, yes.
Yeah, the swinging gate play or whatever the hell they want to call it.
I knew exactly where he was going.
I remember watching that live. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, listen,
when I was watching live, please don't snap it. Please don't snap it.
I'll be honest. I didn't play past high school. So like it was one of those things where I was like, is there something I missed? Like, is this why I didn't make it to the next level? Because I don't see what the big picture is here with this. But no, that wasn't it. I just wasn't athletic enough. But that's a whole other conversation for a different day. So, all right. But yeah, Mike, let's talk Titans. Biggest acquisition offseason wise for the Titans. What do you got?
All right. I'll say it's got to be Dan Moore. Dan Moore has got to be the biggest acquisition. Now, I will tell you, there are still some questions when it comes to Dan Moore. Now, I am talking about just free agent acquisitions, not
right.
rookie and things like that. Now, if it's rookie, of course, we know who that is. That's Cameron Ward, without a doubt. I'm just talking about in terms of like free agency acquisitions. Dan Moore definitely is one because, of course, they needed a lot of help on that O-line. You could also make a case for Kevin Zeitler being a big acquisition from the Detroit Lions. But either way it goes, they needed help on the O-line. They replaced 3 starters essentially on that offensive line this offseason. And there's still questions about Dan Moore, by the way. A lot of people are wondering about the sack totals he gave up. But a lot of Titans fans are hoping that since he is with Bill Callahan, the offensive line guru, that he can kind of work out a little bit of the rough edges and smooth those things out. Now, it did not work with a couple years ago when they brought in, remember Andre Dillard they brought in a couple years ago, and that was that didn't pan out too well. But Titans fans are certainly hoping that he does not turn into Andre Dillard, which I don't think he turns into Andre Dillard because, boy, Andre Dillard was he could move, basically. He could move.
Selfishly, I hope he does.
Moore actually is more athletic than more. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying selfishly, I hope he does. But you said he was more athletic.
He's more athletic than Dillard. I got a funny story about Dillard, by the way. Anyway, that was the first time I ever got shouted at in the locker room by Andre Dillard.
Really?
Yes.
Dillard for what?
I was trying to ask him a question. People are getting dressed in the locker room anyway, so I was trying to ask him a question. Man, can you see him halfway dressed, man? Can you see him? I'm like, dude, I'm sorry.
My bad.
Let me leave you alone. I don't think I'll come back over there anymore. I mean, it wasn't like he was just like, I get it, but you could have said, "Hey, man."
So the man meat was out, and he wanted
no. I don't approach anybody. I don't approach anybody.
This isn't the Bears locker room situation. This isn't.
No. You got look. You got it. I mean, I'm like, look, dude was putting his shirt on, man. Dude was.
You got to be cautious. I got you.
Yeah,
I got.
Bears will absolutely catch a stray because they
put his shirt on.
That was the only player that has yelled at me. That is shouted at me at any point in time since I've been going in locker rooms.
That's crazy.
And I didn't approach him the rest of the season because I really didn't have much to ask him for the rest of that season.
That's what got posted in Jacksonville started going against Cam Robinson when he yelled at Mio O'Brien.
I remember hearing about that.
Because they said he would never yell at nobody else, but he yelled at this little 5'1", radio host from 1010 XL at the time, and it was just like, dude, that's wild. You got yelled at for interviewing a dude because he ain't have no shirt on. That's crazy. Maybe he's self-conscious, bro. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to lose some things, and he didn't want to be videotaped.
It's off camera.
My goodness.
But yeah, bro, I feel crazy. That's crazy though. Like Dan Moore, if Dan Moore is your top acquisition, praying for you, brother. That's a rough one. I mean, he's pretty inconsistent. Like he's a lot like Cam Robinson in that way.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Lou, any questions or comments on that?
Nah. you know, I just hope. Listen, as I say, I love watching Cam Ward play football. I just hate that he plays for the Titans.
That's fair.
So part of me wants y'all to be able to, or not y'all, but the Titans to be able to protect him. But part of me is also like, plays for the Titans. Oh well.
I'd like a Levis 2.0. That'd be nice.
I will also mention as well. He actually goes by Cameron more than he goes by Cam.
Oh,
I actually found that out too. So
Cameron, we apologize because I know you're
that's so much worse. No. Because it was at least it was a little cool at first.
I'll say this though, he goes by more Cameron than Cam because his dad is like what does he like to be called? He's like actually likes to be called Cameron, and we actually call him Cameron. So
but his
parents
nice
actually call him Cameron. So he just really doesn't. He really doesn't really get into it very much. He's just like,
and I liked him for a second, and now he just ruined that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
I gotta call you Cameron.
Respectfully, I'm not calling you Cameron. Like,
because if you notice, there's a reporter that does. I mean, you notice that. I don't know if you'd ever noticed this, but Teron always calls him Cameron. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
I never noticed that.
Every single time he asks him a question, I notice he makes sure to say Cameron instead of Cam.
Huh.
Every time.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go bash the Texans in real quick. What do we think their biggest offseason acquisition is? I would be remiss if I didn't put Swarm up there.
They can't spell.
No, that was my favorite.
Their biggest acquisition is probably hiring somebody that can spell properly.
New paint on the locker room walls.
Or hiring somebody that come up with a better acronym.
That was my favorite when JJ Watt.
A real acronym.
Special work ethic, relentless mindset, Swarm, bro. That's Swarm. That's not Swarm. That's JJ. I love you, man. That's not what that is. That's Swarm. But okay.
That's
JJ missed the spelling bee.
That was crazy. So, like, I guess as a collective, what do we think the Texans' biggest offseason acquisition is besides the Jaguars cast-offs?
CJ.
I got one.
CJ may not play though. Did he tear his ACL? Or is it...
Well, no. He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't tear his ACL. His ACL is stable.
Okay, good.
But it's the injury. He's probably going to be back some point in the season. But they did bring the incomparable Jalen Mills in, which I've actually met Jalen Mills before. So
okay,
yeah, he used to play for the Eagles and the Patriots and the Jets, and now he's playing for the Texans. So,
I think CJ is probably their biggest offseason acquisition. If I got to be honest, I like CJ too. He's one of the guys who he takes that mental aspect of the game seriously. I remember, was it Mims who just snatched his chain and started swinging on him when he was playing for the Saints, and he's just standing there like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, another
he swung him when he had a helmet on. By the way,
yeah.
Another one I could say is Jaden Higgins. Like I like Jaden Higgins.
The receivers.
I liked him during the draft process, and they needed a number 2 receiver, especially with Tank being injured. They needed another number 2 receiver, and I think Jaden Higgins can step into that role.
I liked Higgins a lot. I think my biggest thing, he was my favorite receiver.
I talked to Cecil Shorts about him actually at one point in time, and Cecil Shorts was like, he's a big guy, but he runs routes like a little guy. I'm like, man, that's dangerous right there. A big guy that runs routes like a little guy.
He's a solid route runner.
He was kind of the guy I was hoping that we took if we didn't end up addressing wide receiver or corner in the first round. I was like, if he falls to us in the second, I'm in. Like, this is great. I'd love it. But I think that they still have concerns for me, and we'll get to that later. But they kind of went about it a way that I don't know if I like or not, because I don't think receiver was necessarily Houston's issue last season.
Yeah,
I'm
with you.
Yeah, I don't think it was their issue, which I mean, I respect them loading up at weapons. I mean, one of them's got to work, but I don't think wide receiver was their problem.
The line was, for sure.
Yep.
I think they're doing this bad boy the Cincinnati Bengals way, and they're just hoping to get through. They're hoping to get through this season without their quarterback being injured, and they'll figure it out next year. That's honestly how I think they're doing it.
I am so excited to watch our shootout with the Bengals, because no one's playing defense in that game. We haven't strung it together based on the first preseason game, and then the Bengals don't have anybody on defense. And so I don't know who they're trotting out there, That's going to be like 54 to like 52 or something like that. Like that game is going to be crazy.
I think with the Texans, as far as like not addressing the issue that we all know they should have addressed, is that Tank is hurt and he's likely done for the season. They lost Stephon Diggs, who went to the Patriots. So it's like they had to address the wide receiver room, which I do feel they probably could have addressed it a little bit later. But it felt like they had to go get something at wide receiver because what is John Mechie, and who was the other one outside of Mechie?
You got
Mechie,
John Mechie and you got Hutchinson.
That's it.
Yeah, Hutchinson.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. You said in what, Mike?
I was going to say the funny part. Now they have 3 Iowa State wide receivers on the same team.
Yeah,
that was crazy. Drafted the whole team. It's like the Eagles players taking Georgia players.
Right. That's the part
Philadelphia Bulldogs.
You draft 2 receivers and you got Christian Kirk. Then it's like, well, at that point, do you really not want to go and get another O lineman for that second pick at least or something? Like, I don't know.
I think, and I haven't seen a lot of it, but I'm sure there is. I think there's a lot of Texans fans who are really high on Nick Chubb and aren't really wondering why nobody took him until then.
I'll tell you this: there's still a lot of questions out
Chubb's
there.
Chubb's in Houston right now.
Yeah,
there's still a lot of questions out there because definitely. Because that knee, it's the second time he's done something to a knee or a foot, or third time I should say. I mean, for those that don't remember, he was running he's playing against Tennessee in Knoxville, running on the sideline and jacked his knee up then before he even left college. So he's done that 2 times, and now his foot. So it's 3.
It worries me about him because if he's healthy, he's great. But Lou, you and I have talked about this a ton. He's on the wrong side of his career when it comes to age wise. Like I don't know if he's 30 or not, but he's getting to the point where that natural decline is going to start. His body
may be 35 or 40 at this point.
I mean, I know folks were saying that he was looking a little bit better 29 lately, but earlier in camp they were saying he was looking washed. So I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't been on the ground to see him personally. I'm just saying that's what the streets were saying. So
he's got Sean Lee's health concerns.
I kind of dug around a little bit. I've kind of dug around a little bit on that one. He's looking kind of solid, but you still really won't know what he looks like until he gets into an actual game. Basically, but there is another guy they're actually thinking about there. There's another guy they're thinking about there, and he's in the passing game, which that's Woody Morris, the guy from USC. Now look at him as a running back. We're looking at him more as a receiving running back.
I got you.
That may be bad news for a particular gentleman that plays special teams there in Houston, whose sister plays in the WNBA. Could be bad news for him.
Well, let's get right into it, man. Since we're talking about underrated players, most underrated offseason acquisition for the Texans. Who do you guys think? We'll just stay at Houston for now.
Underrated.
I'd have to look him up. I don't actually know. Like,
I hear somebody typing over there. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I hear somebody
Travis
typing.
I don't like you talking about underrated in Texas.
Underrated, I don't know.
I don't. That's a hard one. Like, I'm going with Nick Caley,
the offensive coordinator, right?
The OC.
I think I'm with you on that.
You're getting that Sean McVay cycle. You're going from the Shanahan tree to the McVay tree. Maybe that's the big one, but that's not a player. It's not. But if I think it counts a little bit.
Yeah, I think it counts. I think that's. I don't think any of their O-line acquisitions the offseason are underrated. I think they're going to learn real quick why Cam is on his 3rd team.
They are appropriately rated. Yes.
I think so. I think their new OC is a fair point. So. Let's hop into the Titans at that point because I think we all kind of might agree on that one.
I got one.
Oh, who you got? Who you got, Mike?
I got one for you. Y'all gonna hate this one, but he actually played good for the Texans last year. Fatukasi. He actually played good for the Texans last year.
Man, you drunk.
I knew you were going to say
that. Wait a minute.
But was he an off-season acquisition for them this year?
He resigned.
He
resigned.
I guess it counts. If we're counting OCs, I think we can count this too.
He actually played solid for them last year.
I like Foley. we had bets literally every week whether or not Foley was going to play, and I told him straight up, like, if I'm a gambling person, sorry, him being Kyle Nash, my co-host on the Duval Dive, that if Foley plays, we were going to win because we were going to stop the run, and if Foley gets hurt or if he's limited, we're going to lose, and that's just kind of how it works. Like, so I'm a fan of his game. I want to be very clear. But I did not believe he played well last year. I just thought that's why they were trying to find other defensive linemen to bring in. They just re-signed him because they couldn't, find anybody that was better. But he's that guy. He's that guy who's good enough, but he's just not.
I think he did okay. I don't think he did great.
They brought in Mario Edwards back, I think is going to be suspended for a portion of the season, and Derek Barnett, who was a former first-round pick for the Philadelphia Eagles, which. And also went to the same high school I did, by the way. I got another one for you too that you'll like, and I know Travis knows this one already. But Jalen Ramsey actually went to the same high school I did, and Jalen Ramsey and Derek Barnett were actually high school teammates.
Okay,
that's not bad.
Why didn't I know that?
Yeah,
huh? Interesting.
They actually played. They actually and give you another one. Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox went to the same high school I did.
I mean. I got Brian Dawkins went to my high school. I don't know who else. That's what I got.
I got some basketball players too. But I don't
Christian Kirk, underrated.
Christian Kirk,
underrated. Christian Kirk.
My claim to, I got a couple claim to lames. Played against Wofford in high school. That Bishop Kenny undefeated. I went to Creekside, so that Bishop Kenny undefeated season. That ended in the first round. I rode the bench for that one. I had no part in that. Was there for moral support. And Nathan Peterman went to our rival high school as well.
Man, y'all had fun that game, didn't you?
Yeah, we got whooped by Bartram. That's a different conversation for a different day.
Yeah, I don't know anybody. So I went to Wolfson. I went to Wolfson High School. I don't know nobody that came from my high school. My mom went to Reebok.
That man said my mama. All right, there you go.
Yeah, my mom went to Reebok. I went to Wolfson. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, when I was in Palm Beach though, when I went to Seminole Ridge, we played against Travis Benjamin and Deontay Thompson. Played against them too.
Oh,
okay.
I ran track against them too as well. Ran the 100 meter against them too, and I was with them to the first 50 meters, and then they just they put some distance between us. So,
I'm looking up some of y'all alums, man. So, I took a chance to look up some of y'all alums, and I'm like, nah, I ain't seeing nothing, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to figure out who are these people.
There was nobody that came from Wilson that I know of.
We got track kids from my high school, and we got wrestlers from my high school. That's about it.
I didn't know we were bringing in people who we played against, because I played against Big Ben. I got a PBU against Ben Roethlisberger.
I get my high school's been around for less than 10 years. I got to cheat a little bit.
Played with Brandon Marshall at UCF for 2 years. And a few other guys, Matt Prater. But yeah, so I mean, we got all those are guys who I played on teams with. But then you got like guys like Asante Samuel Jr., who also was before me, a year before me. So
cool.
You guys.
There you go. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. So most underrated offseason.
I got other ones, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna hijack the show, man.
No, you go, man. Don't worry. This is Lou's been on a couple of times. This is normally how this goes. And we start taking shots and getting off track. It's just fun. So it's a good time. I got time tonight. I did
have a connection to the Mouse and the Palace, though. I did.
Okay.
Yeah. One of my former high school teammates was David Harrison, who was a center for the Indiana Pacers in the Mouse and the Palace.
I like it.
So I've heard the whole inside story on Mouse and the Palace from him.
I don't fault Ron for that one bit.
Who?
Hey man, sometimes you.
Meta World Peace. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Artist.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you say. Sometimes you got to swing on folks or whole crowds of people. There's
definitely been some.
If you look at the tape, of that thing, You notice when Steven Jackson goes up in the crowd and is swinging on that fan, look at the big, tall, light-skinned guy with the big, tall center with the fro. That's David Harrison trying to pull him off of that guy.
I'm going to check it out. Steven Jackson is hilarious. He is hilarious. So, all right, let's get into some Titans underrated off-season acquisitions. Mike, who do you think is the most underrated off-season acquisition for the Titans? And yes, we can go draft picks because if we can, I got mine. Because
we got draft picks.
I think it's Alec for you guys.
Yeah. Well, where he was drafted, definitely Alec, man. Alec's a former hockey player, by the way. That's one thing.
Oh, he's Canadian. That's right.
Yeah, he's Canadian. Yeah. So
I think
where he was drafted, definitely underrated. But if you want to go like free agents and underrated, I'll give you a guy that nobody really thinks about, but he's been on a few teams, but I mean they like him here. Sebastian Joseph Day. I'll go with him. Just to kind of throw the monotony in there.
That's sorry, Travis. Your face.
I saw that expression, Travis. I saw it. I know.
I don't even have a strong opinion on it. I'm just curious. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's a fair one. I guess for me, like I think Alec. If we're going draft picks, it's Alec hands down. But I think Sebastian Joseph Day is a solid one. Lou, any comments, questions, concerns?
Oh no, I got another one for you.
Okay, what you got?
Actually, there's another one for you if you really want to go draft picks. It's Kevin Winston. Because no one thought he was going to be healthy when he came to the Tennessee Titans. But he shows up and is healthy. And people are like, okay, we didn't expect that. And he actually has been coming in making plays. Now, I will say right now he's kind of resting because they're trying to make sure not to rush him back from an ACL injury. But that dude, he is a big man that can move. And I did not know how well he could move until I saw him at Back Together Day. And I was like, okay, who is this guy? When is he going to play?
Yeah, no, that was the guy I was going to choose for the Titans. For the Titans, anyways, Winston. But I guess I'll leave that one to you guys.
You don't want to say Quandre Diggs? He not underrated acquisition.
I love how you couldn't say that with a straight face.
Hey, y'all, okay, we clowning, man. He said he want to play with his cousin, man.
You said Quandre and started laughing. That's what did it for me. The Travis is still trying to hold it together.
Leave that man alone. He said he wanted to play with his cousin, man.
No. I know. So, all right, all right. Jags underrated offseason acquisition. Let's try to make up a little bit of time here. I don't want to keep you guys all night. Travis, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I said it earlier because I had to save Mr. Mike Patton from sharing it out earlier. Mr. Jordan Lewis. I mean, I'm still going with that one because outside of Dallas and outside of Jacksonville now, a lot of people didn't really pay him much attention. Like a lot of people were shocked that he got the contract that he got, the quote unquote highest paid nickel. Like that means something in the league. Like when folks say that, it's like, oh, the highest paid nickel in the league. Like what does that even mean? That's the agent talk. Like it's a cornerback or you're a safety. Like this is what it is. The man play like especially as much match coverage as folks play these days, where the guy who's lining up originally a nickel and in that motion, he's basically an outside corner. What are we talking about, bro?
Yeah.
So a corner's a corner. He's a middle rated, paid cornerback who's really dang good. And I also thought it was real interesting that James Gladstone, the Jaguars GM, shared with I believe it was ESPN. How they tried and the Rams tried on multiple occasions over multiple years to trade or acquire him from Dallas, and they never could because they said he was so hard to game plan against. Every time the Rams played Dallas, and Sean McVay hated playing against him. And then you see how he balls out of control so far this offseason, Jordan Lewis. Yeah. So I'm just sitting there like, oh. That's an interesting little nugget, and Rams fans are pissed off that Gladstone was sharing trade secrets. But yeah,
I think for me it's Emmanuel Ogbah. I think Ogba's a sneaky good pick because he's not going to start. He's going to be depth. He's not going to be. I mean, you're not starting over Walker, or Josh Hines-Allen. That's not happening. Yeah. No. But he's going to be a good rotational piece. Bump Walker inside, have another guy come in from the edge. I like the pick. I think it's underrated. Because it just kind of happened out of nowhere.
He had 2 sacks today. Josh Hines-Allen had 3. He had two at camp today. So I'm with you overall. He's a solid pick, and I even had another. If you want to go a little deeper, let's go with Smoot, Dewan Smoot.
Smoot, I'm so happy Smoot's back. Jalen is here. There he is. What's up?
Hey.
Not much.
Yeah,
just finally moved in my new place.
There you go. All right. Well, I'll show
love
Jalen
the piano,
a picture.
man. It's excellent back there.
Appreciate it, man.
That NIL
I
money
don't even
came
play.
in.
It's just different decoration.
Got that
Hey,
NIL
man,
money.
I don't even play. I don't even play. It's like just for decorations. But anyway, where we at right now?
Man. It's a little too
All
warm
right, so-
down there for that fireplace, though, man. A little
There
too
you
warm
go.
down there for that.
So we just finished up. We
Give it time.
just finished up most underrated offseason acquisition for the Jaguars. Let's do most underrated offseason acquisition for the Colts. Because Jalen is here, Lou, I have to show him again. Jalen, every team has a picture.
Besides the Jaguars.
This is our
That's
picture
good.
too. We share. It's okay.
Nah.
I got to throw a little bias in here. Come on now. I got to just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Here's my thing.
I didn't see the
It's hard to
Texans
believe
one.
that
That's what I
after
was
all
waiting
these
on.
years-
It was the Swarm one.
It's hard to
Oh,
believe
yeah,
that-
the Swarm one. Yeah, never mind.
It's hard to believe after.
Go ahead, Jalen.
It's hard to believe after all these years. So like folks are still doing the Soldier Boy out there. Oh yeah.
We got you. That was good. All right. Most underrated offseason acquisition for the Colts, Lou. What you got?
So I got two. And they're not draft picks. So I know we're gonna get to those,
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit.
But the two, one of them is Neville Gallimore, just because we didn't have any. I mean, last year we had Taven Bryant behind, DeForest Buckner, and like,
sorry,
yeah, exactly. So like, adding Gallimore, I feel like is an upgrade. Taven Bryant, while he's a pass rushing defensive tackle, he could not stop the run to save his life. And I think Gallimore is a little bit more fit for that, especially when DeForest Buckner or Grover goes out of the game. Like he's a little bit more fit to be able to stop the run. So I think that was an underrated acquisition. And I will say Daniel Jones is an underrated acquisition. And the reason I say that is because, again, if AR does get the start, then it's a solid depth piece if AR inevitably gets hurt. Like, that's where it is right now because we haven't seen him play a healthy season. So, like, if AR gets hurt, then we have a solid depth at quarterback. But also, if the addition of Daniel Jones helps AR to reach the ceiling that we're hoping he reaches, then to me, that is an underrated acquisition because now you pushed AR to reach that potential that we want him to reach. But again, and even if he doesn't start, like, to me, like AR, it needs to start because you either have to be boom or bust with him this year. Like you have to start him because you got to figure out what he is, if he's the guy or if he's not the guy. Starting Daniel Jones just tells me that you're trying to save your job, which most likely may end up be your unraveling to losing your job because Daniel Jones is going to get us 9-8, 10-7, maybe. And at that point, if you miss the playoffs, you're still in the same spot you were in with all the other quarterbacks we've had since Andrew Luck. So ultimately, like you gotta go with AR. But like I said, if Daniel Jones is the catalyst that pushes AR to reach or to be better, then it was worth it.
That's
now,
fair.
And then also if AR gets hurt again, it was worth it because I do not want to trot Riley Leonard out there.
I was just about to ask you that.
I would rather have Daniel Jones and his noodle arm going out there and throwing passes because I know he's going to hit the short to intermediate stuff. The deep ball, we can throw that out the window. That's why I say he's a slight upgrade over Gardner Minshew because he doesn't have the arm strength to hit the deep ball, but he can be consistent on that short to intermediate level, which we haven't seen AR really be consistent at. So yeah, those are my two underrated additions this offseason. And I mean I hate the Daniel Jones addition, but again, if it pushes AR to be to be a better version of himself, then it's worth it. And if AR gets hurt, then Daniel Jones is also worth having as a backup.
Hey, listen, Flacco might be available in a couple weeks. We'll see how this goes.
He can sit his ass. He can take his ass to the retirement home.
I pray Daniel. I pray AR-15 stays healthy the whole season. I pray that he is good enough just to win you guys 9 to 10 games, so y'all can hold on to him for another year. That's what I need in life.
For sure.
Hey, if
Mike,
he's good enough to win us 10, if he's good enough to win us 10 games with his deficiencies, then I mean that's a problem for the rest of the South. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's fair.
If AR can win us 10 games,
I've consistently been in this spot with the Colts. That roster is already a 9-win roster. Damn the quarterback. Yeah. I've always thought that they have been really good at building that roster, and they just had a deficiency at defensive coordinator and a deficiency at quarterback.
Please tell that to Colts fans.
Yeah, no, the problem is those are two really big areas.
I'm saying, please tell that the Colts fans that our roster is good enough to win us at least 9 games. We've seen it constantly, right?
I mean, how many games did y'all win? What was it? I gotta pull
it was 8 or 9, I think.
With Gardner,
yeah, with Gardner, it was.
We won 9 games.
Dude, how is this even arguable? We're talking
because
about Colts fan,
like I don't like Chris Ballard, right? I don't really like Chris Ballard all that much. But Colts fans hate that man. Like they want him fired like tomorrow. And I mean, like
they do. He's
built a solid roster. It's just the quarterback position, and we've never been in a spot to really pick a quarterback because we've won 9 games, and we're right there at 15th overall pick, 16th overall pick, or something like that. Like we're never high enough. Besides the year we drafted AR to pick a quarterback.
Get you a Bo Nix.
Hey, quick question. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Thank God.
Let's try to make up some time. I know.
Headset.
There you go. Let's try to make a little bit of time here. I know we're running our hour right now, and I don't want to keep you guys too long because I don't want to take up all y'all's nights. I don't know how much time we freed up for this, but I want to be respectful of y'all coming on. So let's hit most underrated draft pick. We'll start with the Colts since we're already here. Lou, most underrated draft pick.
So Justin Wally was going to be the most underrated one, but unfortunately, he's done for the season.
Bang, bang.
But I'm gonna have to go with DJ Giddens, the running back out of Kansas State, and if all goes well, he'll likely be our second running back behind JT, and I think that'll be a really good 1-2 punch. Then the other one will be Hunter Wohler. Who we drafted, I believe, out of Nebraska or Wisconsin, one of them red schools. But he was a safety, and we're using him kind of like, in Lou Anarumo's defense, probably like that third safety or linebacker, like hybrid type player. And I feel like he made some plays. He's been making plays all off season in camp, and he was making some plays in that preseason game this past weekend. But I think those two are the underrated draft picks. Again, unfortunate Justin Wally got hurt because he was most likely going to be our starting corner opposite of Travarius Ward.
Okay. No, I think that's fair. It's, you hate to see it, but unfortunately it is what it is. So, all right.
My pick for them would have been Tim Smith.
You said who?
Tim Smith.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we got him. He ain't been doing nothing.
I should tell you how that is. So, all right, let's hit some Jaguars.
I forgot all about that, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard his name all off season. I heard his name since the draft.
That mean he ain't doing good then.
To be fair, that is one of the most forgettable names.
It is.
That's all respect to him.
If he was primarily a run stopper and you ain't heard from him, then I understand it. Like that's understandable. But he's like a 300-pound DT. Like he's there. You're here to get some sacks. You're here to get some pressures and do something along those lines. So not knowing your name at this point is problematic.
Yeah, like I mean, when you said Tim Smith, I'm sitting here thinking like, who the hell is that? And then
you was thinking about Tim the Tool Man, wasn't you?
He's Ashley Barker. He's Ashley Banker.
Shout out AV. Who? So, all right, Jaguars underrated draft pick. Travis, I got mine. We might agree on this, but I got two I'm leaning towards, but I'll see where you go.
I'm sure you're gonna agree. Go ahead, say it.
I was gonna say either Wyatt Mims or Vishal Tootin.
Oh wow, I'm shocked you didn't.
I was going to go somewhere else.
We don't agree. No. We ain't going to agree then.
Were you thinking
LaQuint Allen.
Ransaw? Oh,
I'm thinking
LaQuint.
LaQuint Allen.
LaQuint's
all
a good
day.
one.
I think he's the best pass. I mean, he's a part-time boxer at this point. I don't know if y'all saw Jaguars training camp earlier today, but he got into a fight with Branson Combs, linebacker, and them boys out there. LaQuint Allen got into his boxing stance, gave him a 2-piece no biscuit, but he missed on the second one, and unfortunately, those defenders, they're gonna always try to tackle you. That's their default. So he scooped him and slammed him on the ground, and then they broke him up, and everything was, they figured it out. After that, that was the highlight of my day, anyways. But outside of that, like, the man's a dominant, like, he's a really physical runner. He's great in pass protection. He can be split out wide as a receiver, like a legitimate pass catching running back out the backfield, and also split out wide. And the Jaguars have multiple running backs who struggle dropping balls, who struggle in pass protection. Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby both they struggle at that. So the Jaguars just had a hole at that third down back. That's LaQuint Allen, like, all day. I feel like he's the best pass protecting back on this roster before seeing him on the field in pass. And now I've seen him in pass for 3 weeks, and that hasn't changed. He is a 7th round draft pick. He is absolutely the most underrated pick, and that's the guy I'm going with every day of the week.
I got a question for you.
I know you
we'll
said
talk
Bayshaw but Bayshaw Tootin also still has not shown me as much as I need to see in pass protection. He lost all of his reps today in one-on-ones.
Didn't know that. I think Caleb Rasnaugh too is going to be, or if I might be mispronouncing his name, I think Caleb is going to be really, really good if he can put it together.
If he can get healthy.
Ransaw, my apologies.
If he can get healthy, though, we haven't seen him outside of the first week of camp because he's been injured, and they already said he's week to week. At this point, my assumption is that he's out all of camp, and you're hoping he's going to be ready week 1. So I can't bank on that. I can't. He as a prospect, he's dope. He's going to be great.
He's an athletic
if you play with him on Madden, he's dominant as hell because he runs the 4.340 and has all the range. But I need to see it in real life. Like, he has to get healthy.
That's why I didn't say his name as like my pick for underrated pick, just because I'm with you. Like, I haven't heard anything. He's been hurt and he hasn't been able to show it.
That's it. Yeah, he's on the show
right
now.
There you go. All right, well, let's get into the Titans. Jalen, here is our Titans picture.
That dude, Mayo Messiah.
Hold that thought. Y'all can see you talk. Hold on.
Are you about to find the video of him eating a whole banana with the peel on? Or are you going to find a video of him putting mayonnaise in his coffee?
Please.
Oh, I thought I was going to find the third video that people don't talk about.
Hey, Travis, I don't think they know the nickname I gave him.
What nickname did you give him? There
You
are
want me to go
parents
ahead
who
and
watch
say
the
it,
show.
Travis?
So do we want to?
I'm waiting for you to share it with the class.
Oh, it's the Mayo Messiah. That's what I called him when he first got to the Titans.
That's stuck on our podcast.
There have been accusations.
It was funny.
I know, Jalen, you and I have talked about it. He said, I won't get too into it. He's like, that's a white people thing. I'm like, that we don't claim that. We don't claim that at all. No, I don't claim that.
I will tell you the funniest thing though is when his first start happened against the Atlanta Falcons. We're in the stadium, right? And we're like tweeting out stuff about Will Levis and pictures and stuff like that. Hellman's mayonnaise was like liking everybody's tweets, and I kept seeing him like my tweets, and I was like, "Hey, is Hellman's mayonnaise liking your tweets?"
This?
Like, literally everybody's tweets was getting liked by Hellman's mayonnaise because he had to deal with Hellman's mayonnaise that day. I was like, "What the heck is this?"
Jalen, I love your backdrop with the mayonnaise jar back there.
Put mayonnaise in his back. Wow. I'm ashamed for you. You got mayonnaise in your house. What happened, bro? Who hurt you?
I got more hot. You want to see my spice cabinet? I got a whole lot more than this. I got 4 different bottles and brands. I got 4 different packets and brands of lemon pepper in my cabinet.
All right, I mean, you balance it out with the lemon pepper.
Man, you go OD on lemon pepper, man. Come on, dog.
Crazy on the lemon pepper. He had to balance out the mayonnaise. He had to balance out the mayonnaise. He had to balance out the mayonnaise. That's all.
We talk about the mayo, man. So like,
lemon pepper mayonnaise.
No.
Is
Just let me
no such thing as
get
too much lemon pepper.
to the Titans, man. The underrated one.
Oh, that should be an easy answer for you.
Let's see.
I might need to retitle this episode "Lemon Pepper
I'll go
Mayonnaise."
with
No, never.
Did we lose Mike?
Man,
Mike, you might have froze a little bit.
Over here. Jeez.
Oh, he's back. All right, we got you.
Can't hear anything.
Oh, hold
So
on.
I'm
Maybe.
wondering-
Oh, there he is. All right, I see movement. We're good. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over here, but I will say that the most underrated. I can hear you.
Yeah, we got
I
you.
can hear you. I don't know what's going on with my signal over here, but it's having a fun time with me at 9:00 at night. In my
That
neck of the
was
woods.
us about 3 weeks ago. My internet went out probably every 10 minutes while we were recording, and
Nice.
it wasn't. So I found out why.
Yeah, I'm still.
My computer was 12 years old.
Having issues on mine.
So all right, Mike, we got you back. All right.
Yeah, mine.
Yep,
He's back.
Mine is not old. Mine's not that old, but all right. I was gonna say Gunnar Helm would be the most underrated draft for the
Okay.
Tennessee Titans.
Gunnar Helm's a good one. Gunnar Helm's
That's
very much a good
what
one.
I thought for the Titans too. Is Gunnar Helm.
Because he fell a little bit too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good pick.
How has
He has
Jackson
incredible
Slater
body
been doing?
control when trying to locate the football. Jackson Slater, they're kind of tabbing him as the guy that's going to end up being the starting guard next year. When Kevin
tight end out of
after
Texas.
his 1
Yeah,
year is up.
he did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Slater. That guard.
Oh,
center
Slater's for real,
combination.
man.
Mhm.
Slater's for real. He'll be the starting right guard next year, I think, for the Tennessee
What about?
Titans.
Let me ask you this: what are your thoughts of Alec Eierminer?
Yeah, I mean,
You
Alec,
imagine-
every time I
There we
think of him, I think of the 296 he hung on Travis Hunter, and then just how amazing that was to watch.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I knew it was
He
coming.
did play more games than that one game, though.
I knew it was coming. It wouldn't be an AFC South thing if we didn't have that shot in there. All right, since we have no Texans fan, we'll throw them in there. Jalen.
I got
This
to
was
crack
the
a few
Texans
jokes,
picture.
but
Oh, of course you
it
do.
is what it is.
I forgot I didn't crop the screenshot. Y'all can see what car I drive at the top. I drive a Mazda. Jalen said this was the swarm picture. Apparently, people in Houston can't spell, or at least in the Texans locker room, because they put swarm and then forgot ethic is spelled with an A. But Texans' most underrated player or underrated draft pick. I think it might be that O lineman they drafted, whose name is escaping me because I don't know who's going to start on that offensive line.
Talking about Ursery.
Yeah, I think that might.
Ursery.
I think that might.
Ursery.
Yeah, I think it might be him because I don't know who's going to start on that O line. Yeah, that O line is suspect.
He actually
across the
may be
board.
starting. He actually may end up starting for them.
Okay, yeah. I mean, hey, if he's starting, then it's definitely him. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I would probably go with Ursery.
I'm surprised you didn't say your boy Graham Mertz.
Graham ain't gonna start. If Graham starts, it's a problem. If Graham's starting, there's a problem.
If Graham Mertz is starting, there's
Graham
an
is
issue.
starting as first string clipboard.
He's your Florida. He's your Florida boy.
And he's gonna be the next Charlie Whitehurst. He just sitting there, hold the clipboard.
Clipboard Jesus.
Clipboard Jesus, come in maybe during the preseason.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you think that Texans fans would hope that that's the case.
Yes,
but behind this offensive line, knowing that they're doing this thing the Cincinnati Bengals way, is it so crazy to think that that could happen?
Nope.
That injury could happen to CJ this season?
Not at all.
That's disgusting.
Is Davis Mills still on the roster?
Yeah.
He just stuck his head
Mills
up
is still on
saying
the
he can
roster?
see me.
Yeah, Davis Mills is still on the roster. Yeah,
Long
he
man.
just played in the preseason game.
I'm shocked he's still in the league. I didn't know he was on the roster.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, it shocked me. I forgot he was on the roster.
I had to ask. I was kind of like, is he still?
I forgot
playing?
he was on the roster.
Today's version of is he? Oh, he's still in the league. That's what preseason is in the third quarter.
Who is he? When they trot out and they go, and here's this guy. It's like I didn't know he was still playing. That guy's older than me. I didn't know he was still around.
I thought that dude was an assistant coach somewhere. I ain't know.
He's getting there. He might be next year.
I was gonna say he'll be there soon.
He got about a year. He's entering his Joe Flacco era where he's just gonna bounce around from team to team to team and need someone to post up for security. God, that man trotting out there, I can hear him creaking through my TV when he trots out onto the field. His old man bones going. All right. Biggest quits.
Well, right, so I know I came in late.
Mm-hmm.
I do got so I do got a couple of questions.
Okay,
I'm gonna start with the Titans user because why I say Titan user? I'm thinking about video games.
You know what you mean.
So my question for the Titans fan: I'm high on Cam Ward. I'm very high on him, like his throwing ability. My questions for y'all is: how confident are you on your offensive line? And two, do you have enough weapons where y'all can surprise a lot of teams this year coming up?
Perfect timing as always for the next segment too. It's a good question going into the off season.
As far as Cameron Ward, I mean, a lot of people are confident in the way and direction that he handles things, the way he prepares. He definitely prepares way better than any other quarterback. Even though Will Levis did prepare a lot, he of course the results didn't get you, obviously. But I would say one he's going to be looking at because he actually really has a great connection with Calvin Ridley. It's been from the beginning that those two have had a really great connection. I think Gunnar Helm could potentially be that other guy, or could be someone that we're not talking about, Alec Ailmanor, and grow into being the guy.
He'll come back in a second, but old Calvin Butterfingers Ridley.
Really wasn't bad. Really wasn't bad. He was just not the guy you wanted him to be. That's all.
Not that bad. Just didn't work out.
In Doug's offense specifically, that was the problem.
That's fair.
Offense was
Doug's offense was terrible. Mike, I was trying to stall while we. All right, so you said
let people see behind.
I will say this: I have Calvin Ridley.
This is live, man. We're good.
At least 1,200 yards this year.
1,200 yards for Ridley.
I can see it.
I can see it just based on the chemistry they have.
I can see it.
I can see him breaking 1,000. I don't know if he's breaking 12. 1,200, not 12,000.
They're gonna be losing games, bro. They're gonna be passing the ball. He's gonna hit
That's
that 1,000.
Point.
He gonna hit that 1,200.
He might. He really might. I think Alec's gonna emerge more for you guys because I think people are because I was high on Alec coming into the draft. He was another player where I was like, I know we needed help at receiver, and we got help at receiver.
Yeah,
but that was
I was definitely high on him. Him, Torrey Horton Jr., Torrey Horton. Those are the two receivers I was high on.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Alec is also he's gonna take a couple targets away. But yeah, we'll go from there. Let's move on to the biggest question around the Texans. I think we all know what it is. It's that O-line.
Who's next?
We're doing Texans O-line right now. So that is the biggest question around the Texans. I think for me at least. I don't know about you guys. With their O-line, like they gave up what 60 sacks last year?
Yeah.
My biggest question with them, I see the O-line gonna be.
I don't think there's a question, man. Like that O-line is a problem. It was a problem. It is still a problem. It is not better. It's just different guys. Sure. And you added Cam Robinson as your left tackle, and I'm just like, yo, we in Jacksonville laughed at that dude when he left to go to Minnesota. They laughed at him when he was in Jacksonville.
Yep.
and you go back to the AFC South, everybody's laughing. Like, I don't. If that's your upgrade, then boy, what did you have there?
The biggest thing for me with Cam is always a good run defender, but there's two facets of the game. And that pass defender aspect is where he falls very, very flat, I feel like.
We disagree on how good of a run defender he was.
Maybe not great. There. Maybe not great. He was solid.
He was fine. He existed. Sure. Like
he got in the way.
Existed is crazy.
Like, I'm not gonna blow this up to be what it's not. Nah, man. I didn't like it when they extended him. I was like, because he's gonna get in the way of someone who can be average to above average. Because I didn't think he was that. I think he was just good enough to get paid, and that's unfortunately what it was. Because you had a GM who was bad at drafting, and a coach who was bad at developing. So at the end of all of it, I mean,
we can get into that all day. I am very happy.
I know. I'm not trying to make this a Jaguar centric podcast, but I'm just being honest.
I got one of those already, but that was like with the most disappointed I've been. Actually, my biggest question for the Jags this offseason, we'll jump right to that, I guess. Biggest question for the Jags this offseason is why are Bears fans and Panthers fans beefing with us for some reason? Buccaneers, I understand. I get it.
Okay.
Bears and Panthers, I don't get.
Yeah. Buccaneers, obviously, they still a little Nay feelings because they got to pretend that they want the black coach that they ain't want. I mean, we know what that was. Come on, man. Like these boys, they was out here in these streets talking about, hey man, let's fire him to get Liam and keep Liam in house. And as soon as Liam leaves, yeah. And as soon as Liam goes, they're like, oh, he extended him. Yay, yeah. 10 wins.
That comment section.
No.
That comment section under the Twitter post was my favorite because everybody's like, come on, man. We extended him?
Right. Pepperidge Farm remembers. We remember all the comments. Nah. So, yeah, that mess, I understand with Tampa Bay, but with with the Bears, it was just like, all right, y'all got the coach y'all claimed was the best coach. Y'all should be happy. But that's what happens when you date the girl who everybody else wants. Not the girl, not because you want her, but because everybody else talking about her.
Yep.
And that's what happens. The Bears got the guy who everybody else said was the guy. And then we got the guy who now they're looking back and being like, oh, she's sexy. Oh, we should have been with her. That's who I actually wanted to be with. They ain't want Ben Johnson. Not that they met Ben Johnson. And
exactly. That man aged 30 years in 3 days. Did y'all see that picture?
Yeah, he's with the Bears.
But you hear all the stuff that's coming out after the fact, like when other players talk about him. Like the other players in like Detroit, how they talk about him, like it's like next man up, young woman, it's whatever.
Yeah,
like he was just the guy in the lab.
He happened to be the guy.
He wasn't talking to them. He wasn't actually like with them. He was just a number crunching, the guy at the computer, basically, dude. And if that's how they view you, and now you the head coach, good luck, bro. Like I don't know how that's gonna work. Like you gotta be, these guys gotta trust you and be with you for real. And I don't know how you become that guy from being that guy. So
no, for sure. Jalen had a good question. He was, how much pressure is Trevor Lawrence under this year?
How much pressure is Trevor Lawrence? I mean, a lot. Like I keep it about like Trevor's under a lot of pressure because people believe in Liam Cohen. And if Liam is truly the person that you believe that he is, then Trevor's gonna have to be the person that he's been built up to be, this entire time. So does that make it a break a year? No. I mean, I'm one of the few people in the media and the fan base even I think I've been very consistent in saying there's 16 to 17 different ways that this thing can go wrong with this Jaguars team right now. So Trevor Lawrence is not going to be perfect. He's not going to be. It's got to be 11 win season or bust or whatever else. But he's going to have to show some major progress from what we've seen in the 2024 and 2023 seasons. But I think if you can get him, it doesn't even have to be the 2022 season, but just somewhere in between where he ended 2023 and the 2022 season. And I think you're probably cooking. I think, especially in this week AFC South, the Jaguars could win a division just with Trevor Lawrence just being a guy who can hit those slants, hit those quick outs, get the ball into these fast receivers' hands and let them just like move down the field, not even being Superman. Like I'm like not even being a guy who can complete those impossible passes. Yeah. If he can be that, I think they're in a really good spot. But can he be that? Is the question.
He could be the generational game manager, Lou. He could be.
That's it. No. That's it. That's it. He could be. If he can be Brock Purdy, he can be the Brock Purdy MVP of the league. If that makes sense.
He doesn't need to be anything too crazy.
There, Garrett.
I got you. It's like for me with Trevor, like this is no disrespect towards Baker Mayfield, but if Liam can give Baker the career revival, I think Trevor can also have a career. I don't want to say revival, but I think he can build on what it is. But he also doesn't have to be the guy. My biggest, and another question I have too, is why some of these fans are talking about how, this is, or some of the media members too, not you, but some of the other like opposing media members for clickbait and stuff are like, well, this is like Dove and ML Football and all those people I usually have blocked or don't follow. But they were talking.
That's not media.
No, I know that's not you. That's why I try to distance y'all too. That is not you, and I know that. That's why we get along. I love seeing what you report, man.
Those guys are engagement farmers. Those that ain't
for
media.
Sure.
That's what I'm.
But they put a thing out where they. I didn't mean to disrespect the media members. My apologies.
Nah,
but
man, I'm fair, bro.
I know, but it's
a hard time.
I know. But for me, like they put something out with like, these are all the wide receiver ones, Travis Hunter, or DB ones, Travis Hunter has to go against. I'm like, please put y'all's twos on BTJ. Yeah. Please. Please put y'all's twos on BTJ.
They don't pay attention to football. Like, obviously, you're not doing that.
Yeah, they don't pay attention to football at all, and it's annoying. But
no, I love it. I saw the whole, and it's annoying too. I was saying I love the whole like, he's gonna have to go against J.C. Horn and going against this guy and Sauce Gardner. I'm like, please put whoever y'all have on BTJ. Please.
Who else they got in that Panthers secondary? That's going like, what are you talking about?
It.
Like,
they got some cardboard cutouts. We'll get messy a little bit. I know there were a couple Panthers fans who were talking about Travis Hunter's wife, and I was like, we're not going to talk about star players, significant others. We're not going to get there because Bryce Young had his own situation last season, and y'all don't want to go there.
Yeah, the Panthers felt like they have a chance of beating the Jaguars, and because of them feeling like they have a chance to beat the Jaguars, all of a sudden it became beef because fans go fan, man.
That hat they have is ridiculous, and
I haven't seen it.
I guess just to answer Jalen's question, because I think you had asked it about the pressure with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I think Trevor Lawrence is like not. I don't think it's a make or break year for Trevor Lawrence, but I think he is. I think you said too that he has pressure because for one, y'all just paid him, and for two, like already coming into the league, you're touted like a generational talent. Best thrower of the football since Andrew Luck, John Elway, Peyton Manning, and all that, right? So, like, immediately coming into the league, you're under pressure. And then now you haven't lived up to that, and they just paid you, this big contract. And can you be the guy? Can you really be the guy to take this franchise to the next level? And my thing, too, with Trevor, like, he got to stay healthy. And it's consistency to me, like, with Trevor, like, and I mean, I get it. Like he's played however many games every season, but at the same time, like he's left games early. He's played through injury that he probably shouldn't have played through, and things like that. But like he has to show he can be consistent. And everybody is talking about how Liam Cohen is this QB whisperer. I mean, it was the same with Shane, same with Canales. Like all of these guys are supposed to be these QB whisperers. So now you got this guy in your corner because every year is. We blame Doug Peterson. We blame Urban Meyer, which I mean, Urban Meyer was
fair.
He was terrible. Yeah, Urban is fair.
Urban is very fair.
Bro, that's a wild boy. That's a wild boy.
Urban's fair, right? Like Urban's fair. I get it, but like,
I think Doug is fair too. But if anybody
when are we gonna now look at you like? Can you rise above? Can you be the quarterback that? Because generational talents, they rise above the coaches.
Yeah,
they rise above all the BS, right? Like. I
think we should get rid of the generational moniker in the first.
I agree
with you.
I 100% agree.
Because it's me. Let's be clear. The NFL has shown us very convincingly in very many, like I'm talking decades of data to show that the NFL does not know how to rate prospects. They do not know how to draft quarterbacks. Period. Quarterbacks specifically
was supposed to be
the
great.
most important position.
Shouldn't have a job anymore.
Like the difference between John Elway and Jay Cutler and Andrew Luck is so small, but also so different.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, how are you going to tell me it's this guy versus this guy versus this guy? And I use that whole Andrew Luck versus Jay Cutler situation is because a lot of folks said that Jay Cutler could have been Andrew Luck, but he just didn't have the leadership traits.
Yeah,
like
if Jay Cutler gave a small, minuscule care about football, Jay Cutler could have been one of those guys.
So I'm using that example to say something. The same thing with Trevor Lawrence. If he's generational, but we are not going to acknowledge his surrounding situation, this coaching staff situation, and maybe even him, like the whole how much you want it situation. Like I can't speak to any of that because I'm not a psychiatrist. Like I don't know, but that whole generational moniker was given to him because he was just winning and winning and winning and winning. And now we're omitting the fact that he was also surrounded with actual talent, and he simply has not been for almost all of this time in Jacksonville. Let's just be being real. Like even when he has moderate talent, he has a coaching staff who's just terrible at developing players and developing scheme.
That's why with Trevor, like this whole what really turned me, because I never really had an issue with Trevor, right? But what turned me off with Trevor is the whole comparing him to Andrew Luck. Like, okay, if you're gonna be compared to Andrew Luck, come into Jacksonville situation and you show me something. He ain't showed because Andrew Luck. Look, man.
What did Andrew Luck show you? What did Andrew Luck show you? I gotta hear this.
You said what Andrew Luck showed me he can carry the damn team.
In what way?
So like what the year Peyton went out, we went terrible, right? But Peyton is Peyton, so Peyton can elevate a team. We were trash the year Peyton went out.
Hearing you.
Then the year Andrew Luck came in, the first year we went 11-5, and even with that, like you can say, you had Reggie Wayne and stuff like that. We had a rookie T.Y. Hilton because they came in the same year. You had a aging Reggie Wayne, but like the offensive line was terrible. The defense wasn't that great, but that's what I'm saying. The defense wasn't that great. That's what I'm saying. Like Andrew Luck, he elevated that team, and but that's what great quarterbacks do. That's what good quarterbacks do. They elevate their team.
I think that was a good team. I think that was a good team in a bad conference, just like it was a good team in a bad conference with Peyton, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean, but Peyton, he has his own playoff woes. So
yeah. So all I'm saying is when the team got bad, Luck became real average and started dealing with them injuries and everything in them final 2 years.
But he didn't become average. That's the thing, because even when the team was bad, Luck was putting up numbers. And then the same thing, but then he started dealing with injuries and stuff because he's out there throwing his body around, and then the offensive line was bad. He's getting hit like crazy behind the offensive line. But then he's also throwing like the game against the Broncos where he lacerated his kidney because he tried to run over a linebacker.
Yeah.
And the linebacker cleaned him up.
Dude, I would
argue that the Jaguars in 2021 and 2024 would rival anything that you saw in Indianapolis in 2015 and 2016. That's my personal opinion. Like, I still think those Coast teams were still better than what you saw in Jacksonville, and we didn't give Andrew Luck any of the reasonable amount of smoke that they give Trevor Lawrence these days because of that generational moniker. That's all that I'm getting. I think they were very similar.
But 2015, like, hold on, what did the Colts do 2015? Let me go look.
I got you. Hold on. I think the biggest thing for me with this generational moniker,
7 is what they were under Luck before he got hit. He got injured.
They went 8-8.
I don't know how they. Yeah, 8-8. All right, 8-8.
Into the division behind the 9-7.
So, yeah, we went 8-8, and you said Andrew Luck was what?
8-7.
He was 2-5. He was 2-5 that season.
Well, they have him
as a starter. He was 2-5, and then Matt Hasselbeck was 5-3.
He went 5-3. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Hasselbeck.
Yeah. Speaking of clipboard Jesus, there's Charlie Whitehurst.
I forgot we had Matt Hasselbeck.
There's Charlie Whitehurst.
Clipboard Jesus was out there too.
Josh,
the Andrew Luck comparison, I feel like is appropriate if you give him a good coach, but you gave a guy who rarely ever, I say never. Trevor on that recent podcast, I believe he was I'm gonna draw a blank on who the podcast was earlier this offseason. He was on with those guys and said,
he
had never been. he had never
Hard
been
my
under
take.
center. Like, yeah, he was never calling the plays from under center. He wasn't calling the audibles in college and high school, etc. Like, so he was running the same offense basically from high school, college, and on. And his first coach is Urban Meyer. He didn't say and my first, but in my head, and your first time having to do this is under Urban Meyer with no scheme, no nothing. Bro, you starting off on zero. Like, hell, no, you starting off at -50.
But that's why I say we can give him Urban Meyer for sure. Like,
I love that
him because Urban
everybody collectively gives him 2021. Everybody collectively goes, yeah, we get it.
And then his first half of his season, and his first season with Doug Peterson was rough. People forget that they were like 3-6 or 3-7 or something along those lines. And then went on the tear at the end of it because it took him a half season just to start figuring this stuff out. Mm-hmm. And then you got injured in the last 2 years, and you have a bad roster around you, and you have a general manager fighting with the head coach, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I think this is also the first time he's had like a true good wide receiver core around him since college. Because like no disrespect towards Christian Kirk, but like that rookie season was, what was it? Was it Moncrief? Was it Dante Moncrief
in his rookie season?
Yeah.
And where did he come from?
Laquan Treadwell, that's it. It was the other Ole Miss guy. Yeah, it was Laquan Treadwell. It was Mike Conley. It was Mike Conley, Laquan Treadwell. We also had Urban Meyer pulling out James Robinson for Carlos Hyde.
He did have Dante Moncrief too. What was it? 2018.
Oh no,
that was Blake Bortles. That was Blake Bortles.
That's right.
So compare that roster to what you were talking about, 2014 and 2015 Colts.
Who was the receivers again? You said.
For that, it was Mike Conley. It was Laquan Treadwell. It wasn't good. We've been on Trevor forever for a little bit. I mean, my biggest thing, we'll get on the Colts in a second, but my biggest thing too with the whole generational moniker, I think it's thrown around. I'm not opposed to keeping it, but we throw it around.
We throw it around way too much.
A generation player, by definition, is once in a generation. You can't have 4 generational players every damn draft.
Every draft.
Now we're at 40 generational players, and we're still in one generation. Like, that isn't. We can't do that.
And if you want to look at the Colts receiving core in 2015,
besides
Ty, Dante Moncrief and that Andre Johnson.
Y'all had Moncrief. That's right.
Besides
but that's what I'm saying. Besides Ty, because that of course that's our best receiver. Like he was he's a top receiver. Like when he was playing, he was a top receiver.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is so if you take him, which I mean, you have that one guy, but then you have Dante Moncrief, and then you have Andre Johnson, who should have retired a year before.
Every person I can name from the Jaguars receiving core is comparable to Dante Moncrief. Like,
that's valid.
Let's just go there. Like,
so that's what I'm saying.
You got Marvin Jones Jr., you got DJ Chark, you got Laviska Shenault. Like,
DJ Chark. It was promising for DJ.
DJ had a season.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
we know enough now.
Had a season.
DJ had a season.
And everybody thought like it was trending upward for him for sure because he had a season. Like he had a season.
We are looking back now. We don't have to do this. We don't have to
pretend.
We know what it was. We know what it is now. That's all I'm getting at.
Starting Carlos Hyde over James Robinson.
We can look back at these guys and be like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Philip Dorsett and Griff Whalen out there too. Like,
who?
Yeah, who exactly?
Picking up names, but NPC.
Griff Whalen. Sorry. All right. Biggest question going to the Colts. We got to keep it rolling. Biggest question going because we can talk about this all night.
I mean,
it's AR.
The glaring issue.
It's got to be the quarterback position.
It's AR.
Yeah, it's the quarterback.
And the competition with Daniel Jones. Yes.
So how do you? Yes. I have personal. Jalen and I have talked to this. I have personal thoughts on preseason. Preseason, everybody freaks out. There's 2 things I hate. I hate preseason practice stats. I don't care. Routes on air, I could care less about. And then this is the time where the mistakes are supposed to happen.
Where they're supposed to happen, yeah.
Like you're supposed to have false. You're not supposed to, but if you have to have false starts, if you have to have, holdings, misalignments, scheme issues, anything, that this is the time for it. You don't want it to be, week 10.
Can fix it going into the season. Yeah.
I don't want week 10 do or die, game on the line with a minute and a half left, and then false start. It's like, dude, we drill this every week. What are we doing?
The only thing with that though, for us, when it comes to our quarterback situation, is because they're in a competition.
Mm-hmm.
And so for AR coming into the offseason, I said it's AR's job to lose, because all AR had to do or has to do is show that he's progressed and that he understands the offense better. And better than he did, the past 2 years or whatever. Like, he can command the offense. That's all he has to do. Like, it's literally your job to lose. You have to show that there's some progression going on from year 2 to year 3. You have to show, which again, like, when you look at him mechanically, he looks a lot better than he looked last year.
He does.
But when you look at that game, you look at the game on, what was it, Thursday? And even like everything up to that point, like, people can talk about the almost interception and stuff like that. And yeah, he stayed on Adonai Mitchell a tick too long before he got to the backside crosser from Ashton Doolin. Like, you stayed on him a tick too long, but also Ashton Doolin could have ran a much better route running that route. Like, one thing, you don't want to drift upfield. Like, you don't want to drift upfield because that allows the DB to undercut it. So two things can be true, right? Like, you stayed on AD a tick too long. You should have got to the crosser a lot quicker when you saw AD was taking his time getting open. But the biggest issue was, because I think up until the sack, he was playing well, right? Like, he was playing well enough to show that there was some improvements in his game. And then he got sacked, and that was the big thing all over Twitter.
I was going to ask you how you feel about that.
Yeah, I feel like it got overblown, because when you listen to AR talk about it, and you listen to and you go back and you look at the play, and you look at how the Ravens disguised where they were sitting the blitz from. AR said he thought the nickel was blitzing, which that's why he was looking left. He thought the nickel was blitzing.
Yeah. So
pre-snap, cool. And I think JT O'Sullivan said this today when he went back and looked at the game, the quarterback school thing. He had said it today, like, quarterbacks get the pre-snap reads wrong all the time. It's what you do post-snap, like how you react to seeing like what's going to happen post-snap. So yeah, you thought the nickel was blitzing, and based on the coverage, they were too high shell. The safety's over top of the nickel or capping the nickel, and the safety's capping the linebacker. So the pressure could have came from either one. And post-snap is when you should have been like, okay, that nickel's not coming. Let me peek front side, and then get to my
That's a basic quarterback read, though.
It is.
Go back to it,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where he messed up, in my opinion. Like, in my opinion, like, you're supposed to go back front side. Like, you see the nickel's not coming post snap, because all you got to do, you drop him back, boom, he's not coming. Let me get my eyes over here. And it's easier said than done, of course, because I'm not playing quarterback. I don't have people rushing at me or nothing, But that's post snap. You gotta look. You can't just stare to your left side when you thought the pressure was coming from the left and it didn't come, and you still staring to your left side. No. You got to peek back front side to see, okay, I thought the pressure was coming from here. Is it coming from over here? Because he still had enough time to do that. And that's where I feel and that's where I say, like, going into this whole everything that's going on, and even this next game and stuff like that, that's the biggest question, is the quarterback position. Because even Daniel Jones came in, he completed 50% of his passes. Had that been AR, people would have been killing him on Twitter, and they would have been talking about how nothing has changed from him, and this, that, and the third. And they wouldn't give him none of the grace that they give Daniel Jones, as far as like receivers drop passes, they did this, they did that. They wouldn't have done that for AR. I've seen that happen all last season, where we saw receivers drop passes, and it was like, oh, that's not a drop. AR threw it too hard. That's not a drop. No, it's clearly a drop, dude. Like, come on now. What are we doing?
If it hits you in the hands,
exactly,
gotta catch it.
And so, that's our biggest question. And my thing now, and I think Cam Turner came out and said, he's our quarterback coach. He came out and said, like, they've ran that play in practice. AR has recognized the blitz multiple times, in practice. He recognized it. He's executed the play correctly. So again, it's not that he doesn't know it. Like, he doesn't know the play, he doesn't know the offense. It's the fact that you just pre-snap, you predetermined what you was going to do, and you didn't change it post-snap. And that was the biggest issue from that play. But that's why I feel like everybody's blowing it up on Twitter, and but again,
you can't say it's out of proportion. And I know you've caught yourself saying it on a few times. Like you're about to say they blew it out of proportion. I mean, when your quarterback get rocked and he's in a preseason game and he's struggling doing what is considered a basic read for a high school quarterback, and that's not me throwing shade. That's me being clear and being real about what it is. That's not overblown when you're in the quarterback competition with Daniel Jones.
And that's why I say he has to be on his P's and Q's with the quarterback competition.
I think what made it. Go ahead, Lou. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And one of the things I said too, and it is a basic read for a quarterback in high school. But one of the things I also said on Twitter is as far as like me being from Florida, me knowing how high school football is in Florida, especially this day and age. If you the big athletic freak quarterback, and I don't care about you throwing the ball, you go out there and run and do what you do. And then he gets to Florida, and it's not really much like. So now, like you're getting this development when you should have been getting this development in college and in high school. Now he's getting this development in the league, where really in the league you don't have time for that. It's we got to go. We got to win games. Because now my job's on the line because we ain't winning with you. And I
think the issue was too that kind of helped expand on it was the fact that he got hurt during the play. If he didn't get hurt, I don't think it would be taken like as to the degree that it's gone. It's like, oh, he got hit and he's hurt.
And so he's someone who always gets hurt.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that added. I think that compounded onto it because if he doesn't get hurt,
that's Shane's fault.
So we just named 7 different reasons why people might be a little crazy about this hit, right? And then we also said it's over exaggerated.
I'm saying from the fan standpoint, like the previous quarterbacks, the previous NFL quarterbacks breaking the play down and talking about it, I have no issue with that. Rightfully so. That's what you should do. But I'm talking about from the fan standpoint, if you interact with Colts Twitter at all, they got some issues, man. I'm telling you. They got some issues. And that's why I say it's been overblown. Just a basic understanding of football, like you understand, like, yes, it's AR's fault. He should have done this, he should have done that. But like you said, compounding it when he got hurt. But that's why I say it's Shane's fault, because even AR said he tried to get back in the game. And he was on the sideline throwing the ball after they popped his finger back into place. He was on the sideline throwing the ball and everything like that. And he was trying to get back in the game. And Shane pretty much, they told him no. And I mean, again, I get it from a stand. So like you didn't help him fight off any of those narratives of he can't stay in the game. He can't stay healthy, this, that, and the third, or he can't come back after he gets injured. And that's part of the issue I've had where, okay, at some point we got to take the training wheels off. He's a big boy. He has a kid. He got a wife. He'd have changed his name to Anthony Richards Sr. Like he's a big boy. He's a grown man.
Yeah.
You gotta let him go back out there. And I mean, I get it. You probably don't want him to get hurt anymore. But at the same time, like, this is football, dude. Like, if he's good to go, let him go back out there and see what he can do. And now, and at some point, you do have to save him from himself. But it's a pinky. Like,
no, I got you.
You dislocated your pinky, pop it back in place, get back on the field.
But I'm with you. I'm not even arguing it. And I would love to have this argument, but unfortunately, this was a 5 a.m. morning. So.
Yeah, let's power through. Let's get it knocking out. That's why I was kind of like, we've been running along. I've been checking that time up in the corner. I was like, we've been running a little bit. I was like,
hey, it's a camp day, so up early. I'm just trying to power through it, but I'm getting there. I'm crashing.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. We'll power through some. We can skip regular season predictions because I mean, we'll go right into week 1 preseason
10 wins.
Thoughts.
Jaguars winning the AFC South. That's it.
I'm with you. I could see 11. I think we sneak one more in there, but I could see. I think this is a 3-team race.
I see 11, but I'm just because Jaguars. I can't believe it. Yeah,
that's fair. I could see. I mean, the AFC South it's a 3-team race. It's us, the Texans, and the Colts. If we're being honest, like if we're keeping it a buck, it's those 3 teams. The Titans are not competitive yet, and a lot of, not all, but there are a good amount of Titans fans who like Cortland love Cortland. Cortland will tell you 6 wins. That's all I want.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's like, I want more, but I'm happy with 6.
That's all Cortland says. 6 wins.
He's like, 6 wins, I'm happy. Well, because you just picked you picked in the number 1 overall pick. You're not going to be, we barely won 4 games. now we're going undefeated and winning the Super Bowl. Like that's not. No one does that.
Not realistic.
No one does that. I think realistically, this is a 3-team division right now. And I think it's the Jags, the Colts, and the Texans. I think the Texans are going to fall off a little bit. I think the Texans get maybe 8 or 9 wins just because that O-line is still my biggest question. That's just me. Lou, where do you see the Colts?
I mean, shoot, like when we did the study of the AFC South, I had us, I think between 8 and 10 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's where I see us at, between 8 and 10 wins. I think our roster is good, but like it falls on quarterback play. Like you have to have consistent quarterback play, and that's something we haven't had in the past 3 years, really.
That's
like,
fair.
From AR, Gardner Minshew, Joe Flacco, like you could throw Matt Ryan sorry ass in there too. Like we haven't had consistent quarterback play, for the past 3-4 years. So Phillip Rivers was consistent though. We went to the playoffs. That's the last time we went to the playoffs with
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, we tied for the division. The Titans had the tiebreaker that year. So like
I thought he retired last year. I didn't know he retired this year. That was a crazy headline to see. That was kind of you looking at like, oh, I didn't know he was still in the league. All right, cool. Good for you.
Yeah. Phillip Rivers?
He retired this year. Yeah, he officially retired this year. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I thought he retired like 3 years ago. He's coaching his softball team, playing his other softball team. And it's only his family.
But yeah, if we can get consistent quarterback play, then I can see 10 or 11 wins. If it's about the same quarterback play as we've had the past few years, we're looking at 8-9 wins.
That's fair. All right, well let's do week 1 preseason thoughts, and then Travis will get you out of here, man. Because I appreciate you staying late and hanging with us, man, and taking the time. But week 1 preseason thoughts. What would you, besides Cam Little being the best kicker in the league? What excited you? What didn't excite you? What are you looking for us to change?
Excited me is the fact that the Jaguars offense at least looked efficient. Trevor's they're getting the ball out quick. They seem to be focusing on all the things that Doug Peterson's offense originally struggled with. They were just running crossers, just getting the ball out on time, just no 3-step drops, just moving the ball downfield and not being solely dependent upon deep balls, and the super vertical routes like Trevor Lawrence, top of the league in deep balls, and that's great. Between 20 and 30 yards. But can you move the ball downfield in 2 passes? Can you do the basic NFL things? Like that Jaguars offense couldn't do that, so I was very happy to see the basic NFL things because we know he has the other part. Like that was fine, but some of the issues, you saw it. I don't even think I have to tell you. The Jaguars defense, man, what was that?
And Noodle Arm Nick. Only looking at Irwin.
It's the backup quarterback at this point.
I know.
If the backup quarterback is playing, it's already a wrap. Like, hey man, pat this thing up. It's a wrap. Like it's over. I understand that.
He's better than me, but there's a reason he's a backup. Like
Yeah, he knows the offense, and he will keep them on schedule. And if you play good defense and run the ball well, you can still win with them. But yeah, if you got to depend on him, it's most of these guys. It's the same thing. It's fine. But no, the defense. They struggled. They struggled badly, and more importantly, the main cornerback, Tyson Campbell, cornerback 1, was targeted 3 times on that drive. Like if that's your best cornerback, and he's targeted 3 times, he's 9 yards off on 3rd and 2. Giving up a first down, just a guy who just takes a step and turns around. Like this stuff can't happen. I talked to Coach Campanelli about it today at practice, at the end of practice, and he just said like it's situational awareness. We got to be better about that. They got young guys out there playing, and in my head, I'm like, young guys, what you talking about? Like I didn't say it, but it was an immediate thought when he said young guys out there. I'm like, that is a 5th-year cornerback who has a 2nd contract, who was nearly top of the league. What are we talking about? I didn't say it, but I surely thought it.
We got younger guys than me out there playing.
Yeah, like all right, no, that's a top veteran cornerback who has to know that. Like no, you got to get up tighter and play better coverage, and that wasn't the case. And then he also acknowledged that there was a coverage bust, a mental error from somewhere in his secondary on the touchdown play to Darnell Washington, which I interpret that to mean Eric Murray busted the coverage at safety. That's not what he said. That's my interpretation from my breakdown on BigCatCountry.com before I talked to him, and after he said it, to openly say it was a mental error, then I'm like, it wasn't Foye. Foye could have dropped back another 2 yards on the play, maybe. And Tyson did what he was supposed to do in his cover 3 coverage, and like the Eric Murray was on the opposite hash and made the touchdown way too easy.
Cisco all over again.
Let's not say that just yet.
No, I know.
He didn't have a lot of busted coverages Cisco on film last year.
I like Cisco too. I like him as a person.
I can't get on board with that one.
Like him as a person. Wish him nothing but the best. But
maybe Cisco will do better in the Jets.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe they'll play a little more man, and it'll be a simpler defense, like a little more man up front, like man free, where he can just be the free safety, and it'll be a little simpler for him.
Play center field, basically.
He can show out. Yeah. But I don't know. But that's overall. Those are my takeaways from the week 1 of preseason, and I doubt that the starters are going to play in week 2. But we'll see. I want to be wrong, but I don't think they're going to play them in preseason because they were physical today, and they are saying they're going to be scrimmaging on Thursday.
Okay.
And if that is the case, then I doubt that they're going to play those starters on Saturday. So we'll Sunday. So we'll see.
That's fair. Lou, what about week 1 with the Colts? I know we laid into AR quite a bit. Besides AR,
Tyler Warren, man. Tyler Warren is a stud.
Okay.
Tyler Warren is gonna be a stud. I really don't like how we approach like week 1 as far as like our starters not playing. I'm okay with the starting receivers not playing, but in the quarterback competition, I would like our starting offensive line to play. Especially because we're moving one of our offensive tackles to guard. So like, and we have Tanner, he did play, and Tanner Bortolini they both played, but I would like our starting offensive line, our unit to start, especially in the quarterback competition where you got 2 quarterbacks out there that's competing for the starting job. They should be playing this week. I think for a quarter, our starters are playing this week. But yeah, I mean, week 1, it was really, to me, it was just exciting to see Tyler Warren out there. Really, I was excited to see football back, to be honest. Like, for sure, I was just happy to have football back. But having Tyler Warren, he looks the part. He looks the part. Adonai Mitchell seems like he's getting better as time goes on. You know, he seems like he's getting better. His first game was promising. But I mean, really, that's about it for our preseason week 1. I mean, it wasn't really a lot to really. I mean, most of them were our backups out there playing, so like it wasn't really a lot to really take away from it. Besides that, we need to probably add some more depth, but that's about it.
I feel like that's definitely one of the issues too. With like, I'm sure you guys might agree with me on this. With the Texans, with the Titans a little bit too. Like it's preseason, so it's one of those things where you kind of get to see like, okay, this is what it'll look like if the starters go out. Like I'm a little nervous a little bit, but from what I saw, Texans had some of their similar O-line issues. I didn't watch a ton of it, but I remember hearing about some false starts, some holdings. But again, this is preseason. You're supposed to get this out. I'm not overreacting to anybody yet. I didn't watch a Titans game. I'll be honest.
I wouldn't be shocked if their offensive line looks like the Titans from last year. The Texans' offensive line look like the Titans from last year.
It wouldn't shock me either. It's definitely. I don't know.
I don't think we are in the position to talk, sir. I'm just saying. I don't.
No, for sure.
The way I played that first game, but
I hear you. I don't disagree. We didn't have a crystal clear game either, and it's easy to throw rocks from my glass house over here. But
see, I can't talk about quarterback play, but I can talk about offensive line because we have the best offensive line in the division. Like,
which is accurate. Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I think, again, I didn't watch a ton of the Titans, so Mike had to bounce, so I can't really get into that too much. But in Texans, again, they looked all right. I mean, they look good. Depth of wide receiver from what I could see. But, again, I said it last year during State of the Divisions, and I'll say it again. Cannot throw your ball if your ass is in the dirt. And if they can't protect them, if the DB only has to cover for 2-3 seconds, then we're good. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And same for the Jaguars. If our defense can get there immediately and the DBs only have to cover for 3 seconds, or DN, sorry, get there within 3 seconds, DBs only have to sit tight for a little bit, we're fine. We're good. But it's still that's a weak O-line is not going to help any, which I'm stating the obvious, a weak offensive line is not going to help any offensive production whatsoever. So that's kind of questions are what they are. I mean, I don't, I didn't watch a ton of it, so I don't want to get too into it and speak out of turn, but we have been going for almost 2 hours at this point. So I will let you guys go back to your lives. I appreciate the time. I did not expect it to take 2 hours. So thank you guys for listening. I'll do my usual spiel at the end of this. Thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you didn't like the show, or if you like the show, rate 5 stars, review, comment, all the fun stuff, whatever platform you listen to, feed the algorithm gods. Don't know why it works, but it does. If you did like the show, treat it like a blind date. It's not us, it's you. It's not you, it's us. Whatever helps you feel better. We'll pick up the tab for the nearly 2 hours of content we just gave you, but there's no reason to be negative. Bash us in your group text. I don't care, but there's no reason to, leave a negative review because that doesn't help you or me. Just makes you petty. Retweet the show, follow us on Twitter and all the socials before we get into that. Again, shout out Mike for coming on. Shout out his show touring the AFC South. Lou, Travis, shout your stuff out real quick too. I don't want to forget about you guys. You guys took the time to come on and talk ball with us today. So where can the people find you? Where can they follow you? Where can they listen to you guys?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at DropBallsPod. And you can listen to me on Twitter, on YouTube, on Playback with Sports After Dark. Football season is right around the corner, so we will be hosting shows every Sunday night, Monday night, and I believe Thursday night. Immediately after the last football game, and then I think we have something coming up where we're ranking the top 10 something. I don't remember exactly, but you can catch that on Twitter. Follow the Sports After Dark page. I believe it's Sports After Dark _. And then
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, of course, follow me on Twitter at DropBallsPod.
Travis?
I can be found. Hey, all the socials, Travis D. Holmes, podcast, the Duval Dive on YouTube or wherever you pod, if you want to listen to it on audio, with the Believe Network, and writing bigcatcountry.com. I mean, that's the big one. I do most of my post on Twitter and Blue Sky for the play-by-plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars training camps. They're closed to the public from moving forward. So if you want anything, if you want to hear anything about what's happening on the scrimmages, follow me on Twitter or follow me on Blue Sky. Everything I post on one, I'll post on the other one, just in case you're raging against the machine or whatever.
Oh, we do the same thing.
Yeah. So
I play both
we're
sides,
good.
so I always come out on top.
That's it. But most importantly, man, bigcatcountry.com. Save it as your favorites. Keep it locked in. We'll have all your coverage from training camp and all the pressers and everything else. But yeah, I appreciate you having me.
No, for sure. And like I said, follow us on Twitter as well at TDSN Pod, YouTube, same thing. Check all that out. If you like the show, retweet the show, all the fun stuff. You get a shout at the end. Or if you're a show that we think you'll like as well, if you listen to us, real quick. Jim, a fan of the van. Him and I also do a show called Steel and Teal. It's a Steelers and Jaguars podcast. We do that about once a month. Brandon over at 1420 Sports, Aaron Brutally on Sports, Darian over at Chill Takes, guys at IAP Radio, E-Man at Average Sports. Him and Jim also do a show called Cigar and Sports. Check that out. Casual Wrestling Fan, Hardcore Wrestling Fan, anything in between, go check out John at Wrestling Fan Insight. We don't have to say Sports After Dark. Lou already took care of that for us. But do check them out. If you're looking to gamble, please do it outside of an NFL facility. Listen to Nate's Daily Wager. Don't bet the rent of the house. Thank you. And as always, we will see you next time.